Yeah. What's up, y'all? And welcome back to the Need to Know podcast. You know what? This is a little different.
It's a little bit.
It's a little bit. You guys might be hearing Pierre. You guys know who Pierre is. Pierre,
what's up, guys?
What's up? Say what's up to the people.
What's up?
But listen, man, this is a new show on the Need to Know podcast network, and it's called We Have More Thoughts.
Yeah.
Listen, we've heard you guys tell us in the comments and through DMs and through emails and through Apple Music reviews that you guys want more content. So we had to give it to you guys. And just look at this show as a continuation of thoughts for everyone on the cast. It's all of us are going to use it, to be honest with you. Today, you guys are getting Pierre and myself. And we really just want to give you guys more content. So we just here to do it. What you about to say?
I'm not going to lie. When you hit me about this, I was like, wait. This is kind of similar to, you remember how when SaVon went off the walls?
Yeah, when he left us?
And he had the whole other thing?
Oh, yeah.
I was like, wait a minute, what are we about to get into?
Are you referencing the time when the three of us wanted to discuss Will Smith together?
Nah, that was the B team, you know what I mean? A and B, you need the first string, second string.
Second string, yeah.
You just never know when the squad's going to need interchangeable parts, but yeah, that's what it kind of felt like.
That's what it felt like, yeah. And that day, Pierre had brought others on, but SaVon had a really good foresight in that.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because we're a network, and we're a media channel, so want to give you guys as much topics, as much content as we can, and I want to get right into the shit.
Let's talk about it.
I mean,
what you got on your heart today?
So much.
Okay.
I have so much thoughts.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Should I be scared?
Not today.
Okay. Today's a safe day.
It's for the most part.
Okay.
But nobody ever really safe when I'm talking.
Okay.
I wrote a topic down in the notes that Pierre and I share, and Pierre almost wet his pants by how much he laughed about it. So I'm going to share it with you guys.
Like, you know how when you're reading stuff
and
it just catches you off guard?
You're like, hold on.
And then, like, you know who's sending it to you? Mm-hmm. And then, like, I know your personality. So really, I read the portion in the tone of your voice, and I just lost it. I was like, yo, this guy Alex is hilarious.
I'm not gonna lie, I like that I have that effect on people. I like that when I send some shit, you gotta read it in my voice to get that same humor, that same effect. That's so fire to me. Yeah. But this is something I really have wanted to speak about for a while. Yeah. And now we're gonna speak about it with all of y'all. And I said in our notes, have you ever met crazy people? No. Let me backtrack. Have you ever met a crazy person's parents and said to yourself, yeah, you never had a chance?
Just doomed from the start.
Like you never had a shot. I want you to answer that first.
So let's backtrack a little bit.
Okay,
so
that's fine.
A little bit of my story, not my story, but when I was in college, college you dead broke. So
for sure.
I had like 5 jobs in one semester, right? Mm-hmm. One of my jobs was a babysitter. I babysat, young kids, and for the not even for the most part. Thank God, all of them were cool. Their parents were cool. To this day, 2 of them are like my brothers because they're younger. Shit. And once everyone kind of grows up, you don't really need a babysitter anymore. But
some people do.
I mean, yeah, technically, it's almost like you age backwards a little bit, like, or your maturity isn't really like where it's supposed to be at the time. I went on this one interview, bro. I almost was like, I had to almost call CPS. Like, yo, I don't know if these parents are like doing the right thing because the living situation was crazy, and the kids were also wild. So I was like, I don't know if I should be in this environment because at the same time, there's a safety factor in that too. And as a man and just my genetic makeup, I would always want to help people out, especially young kids and stuff like that.
You want to be somebody OG,
a little bit, because I never had any brothers growing up. All sisters.
It's you musclehead niggas. Y'all get some muscles and want to tell everybody what to do. But
I'm
keep
saying,
going.
You know what I mean? You got to use what you got.
You're right.
So at the end of the day, that's all up to God. God didn't have to give me muscles. Or I didn't even have to work for it. But I didn't have any brothers growing up, so I always idolized, brother-to-brother relationships when it comes to siblings and all that stuff, and I always saw myself as a mentor. But when I saw that situation, I was like, I got to get up out of here.
I got to get up out of here. You never had a shot?
Nah.
You want to know where this is derived from a little bit? I won't expose myself fully or the people involved.
Okay.
But you never know here on the Need to Know podcast. But I feel like I've done a lot of looking at people who I deem as a little loopy.
Okay.
a little off their rocker.
Okay.
Maybe not all the marbles was in the jar. You feel me? But
a little bit of Space Cadets.
A little bit of Space.
Okay.
You see where I'm getting at?
Okay.
And for the most part, I don't know why I never thought about how they were raised or what they came from. And it was one day a couple weeks ago, I was on Instagram, and this is one of those people who I already deemed don't got the most amount of marbles.
You're the most not having the most amount of marbles is funny, bro.
You want me to lie?
Like, what?
Listen, when you see people go on the gram and publicly embarrass themselves, publicly reveal things that the general public doesn't care about or wanting to know, you start questioning things. Absolutely. Like, is there anything I hide over there?
Absolutely.
Well, I ran into this individual on Instagram, and I saw them post their mother, and their mother was talking about all types of, yeah, man, don't fuck a nigga if he ain't gonna bring that money for your ass. And your pussy can't be dry if you're gonna get something. And I'm thinking to myself, could be because the person who I had deemed to have no marbles, they're an adult.
Okay.
They're a big adult, probably past 25.
I was going to ask what age. Okay.
Yeah, but see, little old me had already deemed them loopy years back.
Okay.
And I'm looking at them side by side now, and I'm going, yo, you never really had a shot. Where else was this supposed to go? And now I want to. Now I'm looking at myself in the mirror.
Yeah.
Like, come on, Alec, grant a little bit more grace. Because I will be honest with you.
Okay.
I am so grateful with the way I was raised.
Yeah. You're an anomaly. I always say you're an anomaly.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't think so. It requires no thought. I know so. You are an anomaly, bro.
You're making the dark skin nigga blush again.
Hey,
you know what I told you,
know
about
what I mean?
that?
That's what we, you
it's
know?
Real gang right here. What's up?
Team, what's up?
But I feel that way because I'm so blessed, so honored to have such a sane mother.
Yeah.
And I know you feel this way too with your parents.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
And it kind of gave us the opportunity to grow up in a mature fashion, grow up properly, not have to have so many ill thoughts, you know? And that's the first thing I thought about. I go, yo, my mom is literally an adult. She's always been an adult with me. I've rarely heard her curse.
Yeah.
And look at me, I be cursing all the time, so I don't really know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're an anomaly.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. But it's a balance in it, right?
Absolutely balance. And for the most part too, you know, our parents like are sometimes like certain things we like almost like eat the meat, spit out the bones. Like there's some fashions about our parents that, you know, we could ingrain ourselves in, and there's some that you know what, Ma, you good.
Yeah, yeah. You're
so
right.
That's that duality I always speak about. And in any situation, especially when you're growing up with parents, especially in a nuclear home, consisting of both mom and dad, which I did. My pops was my best friend, mom was my best friend, and all that. You always take in the good and the bad, and that's not to alienate kids with parents that aren't there or living in a single parent household. But it's just with every situation, you could always take in the good with the bad.
And you know what? That's so right, because you always see kids that know, you know, maybe their parents have a little bit of craziness in them, but they have the natural discernment to say exactly what you just did, right? Like, okay, cool. I'm going to take these parts from Ma. I'm going to take these parts from Pops. I am not taking that. And I am not taking that. So back to my original point, yo, this person never had a shot because I don't think they have that natural discernment to go, yo, my mom probably exposed me to a lot as a kid, a whole bunch of shit that has made me this way. But you even gotta look in the mirror first, right, to realize you a certain type of a way, right?
And that gets me into like my whole thing about self-policing. For the most part, we all have friends, right? Yeah. We all have people that we look up to and aspire to be like. And the whole self-policing thing, you almost have to be in an environment where like you know that you have to self-police. Yeah. Or be in a situation where, okay, this doesn't feel good, or this isn't favorable to what I would want my life to turn out to. So maybe I should change some things around. But the ability and the inability to self-police could either make you into, have you fall into favorable situations, right, or fall out of those favorable situations.
Completely. Yeah. Yo, you know what's funny? That's leading me to my next point. Yo, I like doing this with you, man.
Hey, you know,
thanks for doing this with me.
You cool sometimes. You cool. You know what it is?
You gonna show off your new tattoo sleeve?
Yeah, just got a little tat. I don't know if you can see it, but it's still in the process of healing.
It's in the process of healing.
But you cool when you out of Long Island.
No, you starting your shit.
I'm starting to realize that's what it is.
Me and Pierre have a little running joke here about who lives the furthest away from the studio. Yeah. And I think it takes him 4 hours to get home.
And so. I basically live in we both live in New York.
Yeah.
But where you live in New York shouldn't be considered New York.
It should be considered New York.
Because it's so far out.
I don't like that you're doing it. Do you want me to start naming my greats again?
I'm saying your greats.
Howard Stern,
your
Busta
greats
Rhymes.
Don't even embody.
Don't let me keep going. Flavor Flav.
Anyway.
Chuck D.
Anyway.
You want me to keep going?
Who's talking about
Seinfeld?
Nowadays.
Seinfeld.
You want me to he a great. Yeah,
he a great. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Anyways, back to the point you were going to lead me to.
Okay.
You said something about changing.
Yep.
And having to change and knowing when to change.
Yeah.
And the whole talks for the last couple weeks now, even leading up to before Drake released his album, has been Drake.
Yeah.
Expectations. Yeah. We even covered it on the podcast. Yeah. Please go check out our last episode. Yeah. It's called Fat D, titled by SaVon.
What's it called? What's it called? What was the alternate?
Let's tell them the alternate.
Yeah, tell it. You got
for all the D.
No. For all the D's. Actually, no. You guys said for all the D, and I was like, wait. Drake's album is plural, dogs.
Yeah.
So it should be for all the D's. But then Alex,
fuck you and all your principalities and all your punctualities and properness.
Hey, I was just trying to be correct.
I was just trying to meet us halfway, but we did settle on Fat D. So please go check out that episode. It was
phenomenal breakdown.
A great 2 hours on that shit.
Yeah,
and we kind of hit on topics that we didn't really hear anybody else talking about within that topic.
Yeah.
But Offset recently put out an album, and we'll probably talk about that next week on another episode. Or we probably already have because we don't know when this is coming out.
Yeah.
He sat down with the Breakfast Club, and he said something that really stuck with me, and I want to play it for you guys because I think it's right around the same vein of, a lot of the talk behind Drake's album was, hey, he's here for the youth now. He doesn't really give a fuck about anyone else. Yeah. He's trying to appease the kids, the Kai Cenats of the world. Oh, Yachty's in his corner, blase. Why does he feel the need to want to accommodate the youth?
The younger crowd.
And this is interesting because Offset was on his press run for his album. And listen to what he said to Envy and Charlamagne.
These people, all these fans, and they got to relate to me, but they can't relate to me if I'm standing in one lane. So I'm just blessed to have a good wife.
But is that real, though? Because you are a married man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So is it real?
But but niggas ain't married.
Fuck them.
I mean,
okay, so you say that, but that ain't who I'm trying to like marriage. In this time, I feel like somebody be married probably older because they've been married for a long time. Like now niggas ain't getting married, girls ain't getting married. Like I still got to be relatable. I can't turn into that
relatability.
Box myself into one lane. And it's like, especially the type of music, you make some lit music, some fun music, you still got kids and youngins that's in high school and college still listening to it. Like, if I look at my analytics, my shit is big from 13 to 18 still, like long, like big still. So I'm still influencing the generation. It's not relatable, so I'm going to be out of touch.
What about the people?
Here goes a guy who's married, has children, has multiple children.
5 kids, he said.
He has five kids, right?
Yep.
And I think he's in his 30s or approaching his 30s. I'll look that up in a second, right?
Yeah.
Here goes Offset that feels the need to still connect to his younger demo and understanding that, because this is a lot of what I was saying when we were discussing the Drake thing. I don't think it's necessarily people don't want to mature,
right?
Or people don't have moments of introspection and maturity. I think even one time when I mentioned in that episode we're talking about, I said, sometimes it could go in reverse, depending on where you're at in life.
Okay.
And look, Offset's age.
He's 31.
Offset is 31 years old. So Drake, 36, 37, what you want to call it. 2 men in their 30s who are in rap. Funny how they still share the same sentiments.
Yeah.
As a married man, Pierre, could you kind of understand if you were in that light, what it would take? Like, do you feel like marriage maybe puts or maybe could clout how people view things?
Absolutely. From an artist point of view or musical point of view, I definitely think it can cloud it, depending on who you're with. Like in the clip, if you listen to it, or if you go through more of the clip, Charlamagne and Envy asked Offset about, hey, how does Cardi feel that, you're rapping about all this stuff when you're really not doing.
Yeah.
And then he was like, Cardi just understands the business. Cardi understands relatability. Cardi understands demo. Cardi understands, who has more of the buying power, who's listening to your music. And it shows because of their success.
Yeah.
So I think in that regard, it really depends on the mindset of your partner. And, if your partner is almost of the same ilk.
Gotcha.
And again, could be on the same page with you in terms of what you're doing in communication. And he even says, he doesn't police Cardi on like,
how
hey,
she
like,
dresses,
you
right?
can't dress this way. You can't do business with this person. At the end of the day, he's not. He said he's solid in who he thinks and who he is.
Yeah.
And how he feels about
And
Cardi.
I think that's a balance in that, because to reply to the point that Charlamagne was trying to make in that clip when he says, "Is that real or not?"
Right.
I think it's all real. I think it. You know the term.
It's smart.
It's right.
It's smart.
You've heard the term. The game is the game, right?
Right.
That's what I go back to when I hear these artists try to relate to their demo.
Yeah.
When he goes and says he looks at his analytics and he goes, "Yo, I'm still killing with the kids that's 12, 13, 14, in their 18, all in that range."
Right.
That's, like you said, to your point of being smart about your business.
Right.
Like, okay, cool. If this is who's buying at this age, these 13-year-olds ain't getting married.
that's and I'm so glad you said that, because I'm for marriage. I love marriage, right?
Me too, even though I'm not married.
Yours is on the way.
Thank you.
I got a girl.
That makes me feel. You do?
Matter of fact,
you sure?
We'll talk about that off mic.
She emotionally available?
She's emotionally available.
You sure?
She's nice. She good.
She good.
Yeah.
Sure.
Solid,
No, I like her. She's solid.
Smart. Everything.
All right, we're gonna talk.
I know your type.
You be seeing me in the likes?
I know your type.
You be seeing me in the likes?
I see a lot of things. I see a lot. Hey, if you a single lady,
stay out my DMs.
and you like dark skinned men with beards, got a good head on his shoulders, you got one right here for you.
Thank you.
But hold on a second though. Don't DM me. I might have somebody for him.
Yeah. Just hold on. I gotta meet her first. I mean, then we gonna chat. Word. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think it. Understanding your demographic, the demographic of who's listening to you,
Right.
as well as being on the same page with your partner. I think anything where two people are in communication and can agree, and it the sky's the limit. So as long as that agreement is there on, hey, like, let me get on your album, or hey, I'm gonna work with this person. Oh, like, and this lyric, I'm gonna say this. Like, they understand. From the outside looking in, it looks like they understand each other,
Right.
and they understand the end goal. The end goal is to have longevity, set a mark for your kids. You got a family to feed, and at the same time, you're doing what you love.
Right.
So if doing music is what you love, you want to continue to do that.
You're right, and I feel like there's a balance. Right. I hate when people. I've had people tell me they think I've been disingenuous.
Okay.
Because they've heard some of my takes on the podcast, and they think that they know me in real life.
Okay.
And I always combat them with like, well, first things first, you know me first.
Yeah.
So you should always be having a conversation with me first. And secondly, this is always entertainment. I think it's sometimes it's kind of hard, especially with the people that you know closely. When you see them doing anything, you automatically put them in the personal box that you know them as, right?
Right.
But naturally, but this is a business. So not that I've said anything disingenuous, but I probably have said things for some entertainment that I do feel strongly about.
I can see that.
Right? I don't think that makes me disingenuous because of your version of how you maybe thank you. How you perceive me.
Yeah.
Right.
I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah.
And it really depends on too.
Yeah.
Like what they let themselves believe about you.
Oh wow.
On like however they're consuming you.
Yeah.
Whether it's in person or
it's as if they try to just put you in that box and they don't want to see you as anything else. And it's usually the people that you're the closest with. I've realized that. I realized that because they've known you so long, they really do feel like they know everything. Nick and cranny about you. So you like that one? That's that old school terminology.
Hey, what you mean old school?
That's the
What you mean?
Every Nick and cranny? That's old school, right?
Yeah,
you know I'm an OG at heart.
Young OG.
Yeah, young OG for real. So when they feel like they know every part of you, and then you probably show something else, now you're labeled as disingenuous.
You know what you gotta say?
I don't buy that.
You got to say, yo, I'm ever evolving. I don't even really know myself right now. But give me some time. I'm a be who I'm supposed to be.
That boy used to battle rap in his past life, huh?
Nah, not really.
Just play sports.
I just like words. Words and sports.
Words and sports.
And common sense.
And heavy on common sense.
Heavy.
Oh, okay. Listen, one more thing I wanted to talk to you about.
Talk to me.
Because we are going to get out of here soon. And please, y'all, again, this is We Have More Thoughts.
Yeah. A
new show on the Need to Know Network. Again, it's going to be ever changing sheets. Next week you might see SaVon. Week before that you might just see Regi. 1 week you might see all of us, depending on how schedules work.
Yeah.
But I did want to mention something before I got out of here that I don't see people speaking about.
Talk to me. I think I know where you're going with this.
Think you know where I'm going?
I think so.
Oh, you better, nigga. We in the same notes. I'm gonna see if you've been doing I'm gonna see if you've been doing your homework or not.
Imagine no response.
Like y'all don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
All right, so you've been doing your homework.
I've been doing my homework.
That boy on his first day of class.
I've been doing my homework.
You doing real well. I like that.
Yeah, I have to.
You have to. A great student. So something I don't see people speaking about that I thought would probably be more spoken about would be Kevin Hart's new special.
Yep.
And maybe the reason why we haven't seen people talk about it or discuss it is because it was placed on Peacock.
Yeah. Reality Check is the special.
Yeah, they're called. Thank you, Pierre. Yep. The special was called Reality Check, and it's on Peacock. And usually when Kevin Hart drops a special, there's a discourse about it.
Absolutely.
Right? Usually if they like it or if they hate it.
Yeah.
Oh, especially if they hate it.
Yeah.
We usually see some sort of discourse online.
Definitely a critique coming.
A critique coming. I don't know, maybe if because I guess he switched who is distributing his content. Before, it looked like he had to deal with Netflix set up.
Yeah.
And now that you're on Peacock.
And I think they gave him a bag, too, for that.
Oh, who, Peacock or Netflix?
Netflix.
Oh, my God.
Initially.
So he went from a bag to a bag.
But I think I know why, but I'm going to let you cook.
Oh, you going to let me cook for a second?
Yeah.
I want to know your reason why.
Okay.
And I watched it on Peacock, and I really liked it.
Same.
You caught it too, right?
I liked it a lot.
I really did like it. And it made me to think, damn, did we only mention him when we hate some shit?
I can see that.
Or is it because people don't want to subscribe to another $4.99 app? I completely get it, but I don't. Everybody that knows me, that's close to me, they know I own all them shits.
All of them. He gave me the password to his.
Yeah, come on.
He's a consumption king.
Hello, it's me.
Has all of them.
All of them. I had to make sure you did your homework.
You get money over there.
Don't lie.
Shout out to Sirius.
See, you see? Shout out to Sirius XM.
Shout out to Sirius.
Feel me? We there 5 days a week. Salute over there.
Shout out to Sway.
But yeah, big shout out to Sway. But it did make me think about why there wasn't any discourse this time.
Yeah.
In this special, he spoke about his father, who's no longer with us.
Yeah.
But you guys know we've known his father before from, hey, what you doing over there? So it's kind of funny to kind of see him, because I think a lot of the critique before has been, oh, he's too mature now. All he's talking about is his family. And I ain't gonna lie, I was one of those critics. I'm not even about to sit here and lie.
Damn, so you was really talking about yourself.
I was.
Okay.
But one thing about
that's
me,
evolution.
That's projection.
Yeah, depending on how you look at it.
It toes the line?
Just a little bit.
I like to be honest, though. That's one thing about me.
I love that.
I want to be as real as possible all the time. And yeah, my critique was, I felt like he was, if I get it, you pull from your lifestyle, but it didn't feel funny enough. This time, he figured out a way to be just as funny with involving his family without it being in a corny way.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love that.
Yeah. And I feel like, so this gets into what I think is, money definitely has a part to play in it.
Yeah.
With the switch between Netflix and Peacock. I don't know the numbers. Yeah. I don't know what.
But you're speculating.
Yeah, I'm definitely speculating. I feel like upon listening to this, the Reality Check special, I feel like he was definitely a bit more edgy. I liken comedy to food in the sense that there's a palate for everyone.
Everybody, yeah.
And not all things are palatable to all people.
To all people, sure.
So depending on how you consume comedy or who your favorite comedian is or who your favorite comedian is, I think it says a lot about what you find funny and what you don't find funny.
That's a good point.
Like one of my favorite comedians is Bill Burr.
Yeah, and Bill Burr takes it there.
he does.
But it's funny though, right? Because you're right. To your point, I like seeing really good comedians take it there.
Yeah.
Because I understand that this is a sport.
Yeah.
And I want to go into the sport with you actually taking risks.
Yeah.
You know, and not just so much tone. Only because at the end of the day, it is comedy.
It is comedy.
And we're not digesting it as something serious or things we agree with necessarily, but just it being content that you can take because you're a comedian.
Yeah, and we all laugh at it because there's some truth to it. But it's all in good fun and good humor.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the uncancelable one, Dave Chappelle. You know, when he came out with his special, you know, had the internet in a frenzy, had everybody going berserk. Kevin Hart on this special, he had a joke about plastic surgery.
Yeah, he got into plastic surgery.
And he said people used to want to keep, you know, the fact that they got plastic surgery as a secret. The two most notable names he mentioned was Dolly Parton and Michael Jackson. And he was like,
Dolly got some titties on her.
I wasn't ready for you to say that.
She do.
You want to shoot your shot?
Nah,
you sure?
A little too old for me.
But she's mature though.
Too mature.
All right,
you guys. you ever went to the mature category on the porn by accident?
Nah.
You never.
Nah, I don't do that.
You never went to the category.
Speak for yourself.
The category. I don't watch porn. It's my high school days, but
back in the day, okay.
Yeah. My fault.
We grown and all that.
Got you.
Grown past that.
Got you.
To get back to Kev, he said nowadays, you know, you got people looking like these are his words, not mine.
Yeah.
I just, you know what I mean? This is not me saying it.
Right.
I'm just reporting on it. But he basically said, you know, nowadays people are looking like ants.
Yeah.
And it, you know, and it made me think of a question to ask you.
Yeah.
In terms of like the whole plastic surgery and stuff like that, and in relation to what Kev was saying, do plastic surgeons, like, can the plastic surgeon say no? Say if you go to a plastic surgeon to like, hey, I want one foot bigger than the other, or something crazy, right? Can the plastic surgeon say, yo, I'm not doing that, you're going to look crazy?
I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think most surgeons, and I could be wrong, please correct us in the comments if you know.
Let us know.
And if you are a surgeon, even better. I do think people do prioritize the money first and the opportunity. Because who's to say that they won't feel like, yo, this person could probably take me to court, you know, because they're saying that I won't allow for them to do certain things, you know? But you know what, P?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they're going to have to wait for more of our thoughts.
Yeah.
Because our time here is concluded.
Yeah. One question, and I'll leave this for anyone to answer in the comments. At what point can you be real with people nowadays?
At what point can you be real with people nowadays?
At what point can you be real with people nowadays?
Bookmark that for when we come back.
Okay, I got you.
Bet. Thank you guys for coming.
Y'all.
Yes. Thank you guys for coming back. Well, not coming back. Welcome to the first installment of We Have More Thoughts. Kicked off by myself and Pierre.
Yes, sir.
You probably know me as your boy A from the Need to Know podcast. That's Pierre.
And it's P, your favorite producer.
Come on, and creative director. And we will be back again.
Yo, A, it's good to see you out of Long Island, man. I just want to let you know.
I'll see y'all later. Gang.
Deuces.